Welcome back to Blue Jay Bonsai. And we're back inside the plant room of the nest. And today it's all about stands and accessory plants to go with my little Portulacaria Afra, which is going to be in at least one of the shows, the KW or Toronto shows, as a tree in training. But before we go, I'm going to trace out and make a little template of the pot size so I know exactly what I'm looking for. So Vince and I are going to take off to Tropical Expressions, see if we can find some smaller bonsai stands and some accessory plants. All right, so Vince and I are here at Tropical Expressions. We are looking at the bonsai stands for the upcoming shows. And as you already saw, I have my little templates so we can try them out and see what's going to fit. Okay, so first up, I'm going to try out something for my little Portulacaria, the one in Izabela pot. So I wonder if the pot needs to be within this square. I think that's just a titch too small, maybe.
Yeah. That's definitely going to be too small, right? Yeah.
That would, I mean, it would just fit. I guess that could work. So that's a contender.
Yeah, this is much bigger, right? So.
Yeah, that's much bigger. That is...
yeah.
That would be overwhelming.
Yeah.
It could work for something else, but not for the Portulacaria. Right. Okay. So these are the two contenders. So we'd have the circle that would just fit.
All these
the square.
I just want to go
so
hexagonal.
Hexagonal.
Well, a slightly bigger one might be better.
Yep. Let's try that. Oh,
there you go.
I think we have the winner. The color isn't perfect.
Well, let's see what they've got here. That one's red. That one's not as red.
Yeah, it's just that,
This one.
They all have a bit of a red undertone.
A little too red, maybe.
And the pot the Portulacaria is in, actually, it's got the more browns. It would actually work better in this. But the size is pretty cool. Let's see what else we can find. So far, these are our three contenders. In terms of coloring, this is my favorite. I think in terms of the size, the hexagonal one is probably the best. This one's a little too small. It is nice that it's round. It would be nicer if there was one that was just a little bit bigger and round. But it's actually really cool. Okay, so now we have another option here. It's more of a wider style, so I don't think it's right for the Portulacaria. I mean, potentially you could do the port and a little accessory, maybe. So that's an idea. So that's a possibility. So maybe if I do the Portulacaria on this one, and I can put a little accent on here. But I can't pick this one yet because this is based on the existing nursery pot. I need to find a small, ceramic pot for an accessory plant, and then I can pick the stand.
If you don't see something here, I might have one that would fit that kind of thing. I got about a dozen little pots.
Well, since I'm here, I'm going to take a look, see if any of the flowers and succulents that they have might work as a nice accessory plant. Ooh, these lithops are cute. I don't have any of those. Okay, so some more accessory plants, Vince?
Exactly, more accessory plants. Just got to figure out what they're going to match up with.
Those are some cute little ferns.
Look at that.
This one matches your shirt almost. No?
Oh, look at that. Okay, we'll put my shirt in the show.
Oh, these are cool little ferns. Do you like them? Wow, succulents 50% off.
50% off.
That doesn't suck.
Whoops.
Wow. Okay, well, this is getting interesting now.
It is, isn't it?
Oh, these are cute.
I don't know what it's supposed to be. But
I don't either. That could make a cool little accessory. Wow. Let me put yours up next to mine. Nice. Yeah, I think the ones that we just grabbed, whatever they're called, they're catching my attention the most. Although, maybe... it's a little plain. I like those ones.
Yeah.
They look like little palm trees.
Yeah, almost like little palm trees, exactly.
These are cool. That's mine. That's for the next workshop.
Oh, for the next workshop. I see. Okay.
These are the trees when they we do the next workshop.
Nice.
Took a little pause for the summer, but hopefully we'll be starting back up in the fall. I think.
The berry.
There's Nigel's. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I got at Tropical Expressions today, starting with the bonsai stands, and I have them ranging from the itty bitty all the way up to this wider one. That being said, these are in general fairly small, so these are for definitely smaller trees, definitely, you know, my tropicals, and as I said, for my Portulacaria, my small one, and I think these are better for accessory plants potentially as well, things like that. I know everyone's always curious, so a little one like this is $10, and of course everything is in Canadian. This one is $15. Next size is $25. And the big one, in quotes, big, is $35. So I do really like the, they're quite lightweight, intricate, and the panel is built separate from the edges, so it does allow for expansion and contraction. Otherwise, you know, wood expands and contracts and can crack, so that's a good panel built feature. So let's take a look with the actual Portulacaria. Hopefully my template was correct, and I think it is. So what do we think of that? I think it looks pretty good. And just for fun, let's try out some of the other options I have, and actually already had. Originally I was thinking I was going to end up using this piece of, I believe it's olive wood. This baby. Just wonder if the, I know the pot and the wood match, coordinate. But is it too much? Does the pot blend right into the wood too much? Well, that's a tough choice. Okay, another little stand I had kicking around is this one. It's just black. Take a look at that. Overall, I like the size and the style, but I think the black is just too much of a dark contrast here, perhaps. Maybe on a black tablecloth, it might make more sense. The tree might look like it's floating, but I think for now that's definitely not it. So that's that for now. Let's put this aside and continue on with what we got. I have this itty bitty lithop. I thought this, in a small enough correct pot, might make you know, a nice accent, whether it's on this, you know, or if they were separate, if it was on the little stand, maybe. Anyways, I don't have one of these, and they're really cute, so I wanted to get one anyways. Next, I got this little, I'll have to check the name, and I'll make sure I write it down below. I believe it's an Esquivia. It could be wrong. This was in the discount section, as you may recall. The reason being is that these normally, you don't want them to elongate like this. You actually want them down into the soil, at least succulent people do. I actually like it like this. I like that it's growing up and it looks like a little miniature palm tree to me. So I thought that could be potentially as a cute accent. as well. This little guy was in the free pile at the checkout. I believe it's bromelade. Once again, I'll put the name down below so you'll see what it is. I like that it has this little bit of red color on it, which might be cool, whether it's accent for this or for another tree. If I can revive it here, could be a good option in general. As you may or may not have noticed, the fern section had, I think it was 4 ferns for $20. So I did get this little bit smaller one just slightly bigger. Definitely not for this setup, but it could be for something else. I got this, I'm gonna have to look this one up as well. This really cool red little fern thing. And this one, which is like red and green. And until I look this up, I don't know for sure if maybe this is supposed to be green. This is, you know, does this green turn into the red or vice versa? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if these are somehow the same or related. So anyways, yeah, so these are really cool. I did get this, a little stone pot. You may recall I really like the other stone pot I got for my $50 bonsai challenge. This one is $8. It's really cute. Does not have a hole, but I can easily take care of that. And for that one, I kind of thought that the little fern might look nice in that one. That's what I was thinking. So although I was hoping to find some more little pots, I just didn't see anything that really grabbed my attention today. So when we got back, Vince said that he had this little one that he originally got at Weigert's in Florida. It's really cute. It's kind of this blue color, which of course I love. And he said I could borrow that for the show. And I previously had a couple of these little pots. These are the ones I think everyone sees. You can order these off of Amazon. I know, I think they're the same ones that my friend Jason Hanrahan on his channel might have shown. As you can see, I've used them before. They have some patina and I would need to clean those up. Grabbed that. I was thinking that perhaps this little red fern in this blue pot, it might not actually coordinate with anything I might show, but I just thought that would look really cool. And this one, I may put this little one in it. Actually, I have a couple more of these. This one might be better suited for a different one. Oh yeah, and then the same thing with this one. Maybe the lithops could go in there. Okay, so next up, we're going to use this little pot. As I already mentioned, don't have a drainage hole. So I have tons of these drill bits for ceramics. I just grabbed these 3 smaller ones. So I'm going to pick which one I think is appropriate. Just like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, I think this one's too hot, this one's too cold, and this one is just the right temperature. I mean size. Just going to put a little bit of water in there. Generally I start off at an angle. Once that edge bites in, you tip it up and continue on. So let's give that a try. That being said, it's the inside of a pot, people. No one's going to see it. So I'm just going to stop, take a little look. This working away. And I just want to put something here, just so I don't drill right through into the table. And voila! There's the hole. Looks pretty good. Okay, so we just have a piece of drainage mesh, because now we need one. Just throw that in the bottom there. We'll get the fern that we're going to use, and we'll get it out of its pot. Once again, it's really dry. Test fit. Not bad. Break up this little bit at the bottom. And stuff that in. See, it's pretty good. Use a little bit more leftover soil, but I'm not going to put it up too high. I don't really want it peeking over the lip of the pot. I am, however, just going to get under. I'm going to clean up some of the stragglies and there's a couple of yellow bits. I'm going to stop there. I want to give it a nice water. So next up, we're going to do the little lithops. And I think I'm going to put it in this pot. Bonsai soil from the Bonsai Supply. I'm just going to loosen up its roots a little. And we'll see if I've killed it. No. Now this thing is so tiny. Just for fun, let's see what they would look like on the tiniest stand. So maybe the brown blends into the brown, maybe a bit too much. No contrast. Looks like a big brown lump. Not quite what I was hoping for. I wonder. I wonder. That might work better. So last but not least, I get my little palm tree here. Try in this pot. Drainage screen as much as I can. Okay, it's not bad. Just going to add a little of the decorative stone. Spill the rest everywhere. It's pretty cute. I like it. Okay, I do have a little bit of pruning on my Portulacaria here. Little thing never stops growing. I don't want it to be, I was going to say, too obvious. Getting closer to the shows, but I think it does need this final pruning. As usual, I'm just trying to go back to the first or second set of leaf pairs, and I'm generally picking the ones in this case that are going this way versus this way, so that when the branch ramifies and grows, it'll split out like this and make it fuller versus up and down. I'm not looking for another higher pad or higher growth. So I'm going to make the executive decision to take this one off completely. I think it's coming straight up and crossing over others. I left him for a while in case we wanted to use him if I was going to do a little bit of redesign work here, but I think that's that. This one is coming straight down. I don't like that, although I believe initially it was because I was going to wire that up out of the way, but well, that's not happening now. So I'll just take it off. I'm going to leave this wire on for another week at least before I take it off. I'm hoping I won't have any wire at the show. Over here, got a bit of a mess. And this one, I thought maybe I would wire it up originally, but I've now decided, oh no, only clip and grow. So I'm going to take off this one, coming straight down. I'm going to take this one right off. There we go. Just trying to get some more definition between the pads. Let me just get rid of a few oversized leaves while we're in there. trim there. Something like that. So I'm just going to continue fine-tuning things. Growth in the crotches and the likes. So actually, let me adjust the camera so hopefully you can see right up here as an example. You see that? This one. So it's a big one. It's coming almost out of in the V here. We're never going to want a branch there. It just makes no sense. So we're going to get rid of that. So that's the kind of fine, delicate work I'm going to continue on. And then we have cases like this where we have previously pruned. The branch is ramified. It's split into two directions. And you can see here growing in what is now the crotch is this old, bigger leaf. So we get rid of those. And like I said, you can come back when this dries up. It'll either fall off on its own or you can pick it off. Oh, there we go. This one and this one are growing in the crotch, so you can thin those out. I'm going to leave those ones. They're still on the fresh, not the more lignified, but still on the green part of the branch. So I like to leave those, but when it's a lignified section, the woody section, I like to prune those off. Right here we have a funny little one. It's growing back in towards the trunk, which doesn't make much sense, so I'm just gonna prune them off. It's nice to have fullness. The tree looks really nice and healthy, but I think if it's too full, it can look like a bush and not like a miniature tree, which is what we want. And unfortunately, most of the cuttings, not that there's a lot more, but have gone all over the floor, and I'm not going to show you that. We'll just leave it at that. So that's the carnage cam for today. Alright, I cheated a little bit. I just grabbed a little piece of wire here, looped it over to bring this down, this pad down. You're not supposed to do that. Don't tell the bonsai wiring police on me. But this is not show quality wiring, and I am going to take this off just before the show. And if for any reason it doesn't hold, you know, as close as I'd like probably this one, it's not going to stay because I just wired it, then I will do, hopefully, show quality wiring on the little bits that need it. But for now, that's not it. I also, coming around the back, I'm not quite happy with this sort of bare spot here. You can maybe see it from the front. So we have the canopy, and I have my two branches, and I tried to, since this, like I said, used to be the back, I'm trying to get them pushed forward a little. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this branch here to make it more of a true back branch, take it down out of the canopy a little bit and over to the center, I hope, and that might eliminate this sort of bare spot here a little bit. So I got a little bit of copper colored aluminum. So I want this branch to come down, so I want it to come over from the top. So it's pointing, yeah, so I want it to come over, and I want to bring it this way. So yeah, I want it to go over and over so that the end is pointing this way, so I can, when you pull it this way, it actually tightens. If I was to wind it over that way, that would be for moving the branch that way. So I want it to come to your left. Let's start by getting it in there. Right. All right, it's a little better. Now, wiring or major bends on ports are usually done best when they have been dried out for at least a week. That's not the case today, but I have been doing a little bending. Or you can do a little bending, not too major. So I'm gonna bring this one down. I'm gonna bring it to the towards me, towards the camera. Okay. From the front. You can see now in the back, we filled in this dead space a bit better. And I might just wire him out. Let's take a look. Or I might leave him go up. And I think I'm going to let him go up, and hopefully he's going to fill in the canopy right here eventually a little bit. So I'm happy with that, actually. Yep, I think that's it. I think that's it for today. And the pruning. So let's add some decorative stones. As much as I'd like to have moss, I'm a little concerned that the moss would, you know, keep everything a little too moist. So unless someone knows otherwise about moss on the ports, or maybe it's something you could do the day of a show and take it off right after, maybe. But for now, I'm just going to go with this, with the decorative stones. And something like that. Maybe. Maybe that works. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe that works. Maybe the top works. Kind of like that little one. I like this better. Could be wrong. Anyways, something like that. What do you think of this? I don't think that's allowed, having the two, but, you know, it's fun to experiment. So shows, stands, and accessory plants are all new to me, so I hope you had fun too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.